So much happened after I filmed this video, like it was just happening after happening, so let's just quickly go over it because this is insane. Also, the rest of the video I'm talking about the shirts, but like I'm looking over here and I don't know why, but just ignore it. Blurryface tweeted a picture of the FPE experience, the Bandito Lounge. It was the flag that we normally have. It says let us know that you're here, and you write down your name and you like write a letter to Tyler and Josh. Instead of the normal Bandito Lounge that we've been used to, with a bishop cloak on lamp, the My Blood flag was ripped up and there was a letter on it that said Dear Clancy, and it was black and white. It was edited like a bunch of the shirts that we've gotten. So then people went into the Bandito Lounge and we found more stuff. The Bandito Lounge had letters all over the floor, all around the tent, that said Dear Clancy, Dear Clancy, Dear Clancy, Dear Clancy. Frantic, it's like a burn book. On these letters is Dima telling the citizens not to trust the rebellion. They're basically warning the citizens that a rebellion is coming, Clancy is coming, and they're saying to not trust him. They're basically, as a last attempt, manipulating the citizens of Dima. All of the stuff that we're getting right now is taking place before Paladin. This isn't continuing the story, this has all happened. Then there's the letter from Torchbearer, which is so sad. He's basically saying everybody's here for you, everybody's ready for you. He says, I hope you know now, I've always been with you. Which is really sad because we learned in navigating that he was a guide, like he wasn't technically real. So I guess this letter is just saying, even though I wasn't physically there, I have always been with you. During the judge segment, like before, it got interrupted, this time by Seized Dan and Sally. Dan was like, it sounded like he said the judge, and Sally just went Dan and Sally are Lisden and Sakaba, which means they're showing like two glorious gons in like the video. Let's talk about the shirt. The shirt is crazy. Clancy cut out, his legs are cut off, and he's been stuck onto like a circle of graves. At first we thought it was him inside a circle of graves, but no, they cut him out and they stuck him on. Like, this is like an arts and crafts project. Like, why is he getting so crafty? First the letters and then the shirt. Like, that's all that happened yesterday. Just to like update you guys. This is insane. We've now been led up to Paladin. That was the last letter we've got. We've now got the whole phrase, which is we must destroy them or we will become them, and if we become them we must do it better. I haven't memorized. Which could mean we have to destroy the structure, we have to destroy the bishops. The bishops are technically the structure if you think about it. Tyler said in a video, and when he was talking about Vessel, the album, the vessel isn't important, it's the message that the vessel has to say.
You know, death isn't just this thing that like we have to stop talking about and kind of make awkward, like it's gonna happen. Why are we so afraid to talk about it? So I think of taking that inevitable fact that we were gonna die and realizing that I have a body, I have a life, I have a voice. It's kind of a vessel that really kind of holds something. A vessel, I think of maybe a ship or a container. The vessel's not that important. You know, my body's not that important. My voice isn't that important. The songs aren't that important. My life isn't even really that important, but the important thing is what's inside of that vessel. And right now I have a message, I have something to say. What I'm saying is the important thing inside of that vessel. I thought it'd be cool to name an album a vessel, because even inside of that packaging, behind that cover, there's a message. And thanks for listening to that message, and I hope that in some way it inspires you, encourages you. Because if it does, then everything will have been worth it for me.
The bishops at the end of Paladin are flaking, they're decaying. The message isn't being believed, so if their message isn't being believed, then their vessel is decaying. But if their message is believed in there, that's what's important. So what Clancy is trying to do is trying to get rid of their message. They must destroy the message, and destroying the message will destroy Dima. And if they can't destroy them, they must become the message, but then they must do it better. They must make the message better. Do you see what I'm saying? Now learn about the shirts with me. I'm KEONS, by the way. I wear shirts, you wear shirts, Tyler Joseph wears a different shirt every night with different pictures on it, which enhances our knowledge of the story that he's been telling for over 10 years. Every single show, he wears a different shirt with different pictures on it. He wears this after car radio all the way up until the encore. And with these different pictures, we've been finding really interesting things. They're quite hard to decipher because we don't get good enough pictures of them. So we're struggling because I've never seen a band so dedicated to their craft that they've printed out over 30 shirts. That's insane. And I'm wondering if the next leg of tour, whether they're going to also include these shirts, because my work is going to be cut out for me, I'll tell you that. I'm not doing these in order, but I'm just going to talk you through some of the really interesting ones that we got. So we have the Eternal Silent statue from the Graceland Cemetery. It's also referred to as the Statue of Death, and it eerily resembles one of the bishops. And it's said that if you look into his eyes, you see your death, which really reminds me of the end of Paladin. We then have a painting of Salome receiving the head of Saint John the Baptist, which adds to all the headless imagery we've been getting for the past few months. Not the past few months, we've been getting this imagery since Psy era. We have the studio of Dutch painter Piet Mondrian, who is famous for his composition with the colours red, blue and yellow, which are very significant colours. Blue, Sign of Defeat. Red, Blurryface, and now the Rebellion. Yellow, Trench Era. Banditos, etc. We have the Catacombs of San Sebastiano in Rome. These catacombs refer to the beginning of Christianity. It has also been called the Necropolis, City of the Dead, and Koimau to sleep. Saint Sebastian helped a lot of people attend martyrs' funerals, and then he became a martyr himself, which reminds me of the Glorious Gods, and how citizens and bishops are required to praise the Glorious Gods, attend the annual assemblage of the glorified. They also want them to become the glorious themselves. You could also think of this as KEONS. KEONS has become one of the Glorious Gods, which is the very thing that he was promoting before. So in a way, he is Saint Sebastian. You know what I mean? We then have Head on a Rod by Alberto Giacometti, another addition to the headless imagery. This is a quote from one of the websites. There's a profile of a head tipped back with a gaping mouth that's kind of separated from its body. One can almost hear the silent scream emitted from the figure. A bit dark. We have a statue of a woman holding a vase outside of a mausoleum in Recoleta Cemetery in Buenos Aires. This cemetery is also the resting place of Eva Perón. She was nicknamed the spiritual leader of Argentina. Like, this stuff goes so deep, guys. I'm not just joking around. This has all been on his shirts. All of this. I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. Please do not be mean to me. I'm trying my best here. Look, I've written everything down. Cathedral Basilica de Santa Maria de Mallorca in Spain. Nicknamed it's nicknamed that. Apparently means headquarters, but also some of the translations in other languages it means Bishop's See. This is the bishop's headquarters. This is where they reside. We have the spiral staircase in Jewel Tower in London. Represent. It's directly built next to Westminster Abbey. The monks at the time were quite mad about this because it went onto their property. So is this a theme of like hijacked religion? One of the first ones we figured out was the Ribaldo family grave, sculpted by Onorato Tosso, which is in the Staglieno Cemetery in Genoa, Italy. I am butchering these pronunciations, I'm so sorry. Then we have the Glass Skyscraper Project, which is by Ludwig. Okay, guys, this is okay. You ready? It's by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, 1922. Did I butcher that again? It was said that he had an interest in skin and bone architecture. I don't know why, I'm doing a lot of this. We have the Salem Witch House. It was the home to one of the judges during the Salem witch trials. We know that the band is named after a play by Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller wrote another play called The Crucible, which is based on the Salem witch trials, and it said that he was inspired by this house. In the Crucible, there's mass hysteria. There are also 2 judges, and the judges are very stubborn. If they think you've committed the crime, or if they just even want to prosecute you, they will prosecute you, you will die. As we've seen this past era, we're kind of in Clancy's court case. All the FPE letters that we've been getting have been evidence. They've had a DEMA stamp on them, which means that DEMA has them. The last few letters that we got from Clancy have not had a signature. We know that the bishops have DMA.org because they sent us letters that said, how did you find DMA.org? Blurryface interrupted during the judge. And then he also tweeted saying that he watches our diversions. I just think that Blurryface is the judge in all this. And we know that he is not going to be forgiving. He's not going to be lenient. He can't be bargained with. We also have Blurryface on Tyler's shirts from the fairly local intros during Blurryface era to like the live shows.
Will be on the radio. Even if my click would have picked and the people would have voted, it's a few the proud and emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black with a funeral. The world around us is burning, but we're so cool.
This was the first kind of personification of Blurryface that we had that wasn't through Tyler. This one was actually Blurryface's face. And then we also have the backstage of the Metropole in Berlin, which they played at during an evening with 21 Pilots. We found this picture on Laura Proper's Instagram, who's been helping make all these shirts. These shirts are not continuing the story. Oh, I forgot. There was one shirt which had Clancy in his room in Nico and the Niners, sitting down on the chair, and he's looking down. His head looks shaved, which suggests that it's either after Levitate or it's after Paladin. But we don't think that these pictures have been continuing the story in any way. I think it's just showing us Tyler's inspiration. A lot of the pictures have also been of Clancy and of Tyler's eyes, which is kind of crazy when you think about like seizing and stuff. He's done a lot of keep my eyes open, same twitching in my eyes, I'll tape my eyes so I don't fall asleep again. He used to do this a lot during Psy era, which was like covering his eyes as if it would protect him from being seized or something. They had the red tape on all the people who've sadly passed away on their album covers, which I also think links into the headless imagery. If you don't have a head, you can't think, and to think is to be alive. It all links, it all goes around in a circle in Tyler's brain. Each point connects to each other. Okay, that's it for this video. Please send me pictures of the shirt. JLANDERSON also did a video on the shirts and stuff, so go down into the description, subscribe, watch his video, etc. Because he's a great guy. Yeah, see you later.